Hello everyone, how are you doing, how you been, and what is new? Today we will be equipped the space of Tammy and Tommy's store as well as the Sisters Able clothing store. So prepare some coffee or maybe some tea, besides what time of the day you have right now, because we are starting right now. And we are started as usual with building a trails. I promise, it will take a little time, because I speed up a video as much as possible. So stay with me. But if you are bored, I can tell you about my favorite villager, Kabuki. So long story short, Kabuki is the only one cat on my island. Of course, I would like more cats on my island, because I love cats. But no one except Kabuki is suitable for my type of island. So I found Kabuki before I started using a time travel and treasure island. So as you can understand, I searched for him for a very long time and spent a lot of time to earning miles. Well, you know that Nook miles? To buy a ticket to the island? I think I spent about like 100 tickets just to find him. I remember to earn me a Nook miles, I had to plant 1,000 flowers, 1,000 trees, 1,000 bushes, build my house to a 5th level, collect 1,000,000 shells and complete 1,000,000,000 tasks to at least accumulate 200 miles just to buy one ticket. And I just hoped every time that maybe my suffering would be finally end, but no, the game mocked me every time and I came across, instead of Kabuki, or at least even instead of a cat or a normal villager, it was some kind of pig or gorilla or dragon or octopus and many others who I don't like, and let's be honest, nobody like either. And as you have noticed, we have already completed the construction of the trails and move on to the decorating area around. And begin with, I decided to arrange a place near the stairs that leads to the second level of the island, and where we recently built a house for Zell. I have already placed columns around them and have placed flowers and lamps on top of them. By the way, I only recently found out that you can place any objects on columns or indeed on high objects. I selected all the items by color and materials that would fit each other, and of course those materials that I already had available in my inventory. I added a torii gate, I hope I pronounced this right, and I also placed tall flowers on the side of the stairs, also small trees that strongly remind me of a bamboo. And we started setting up the Able Sister clothing store first. For me, the task was to ensure the area around the store accurately indicates the area belongs to the clothing store. That's why I added the mannequins, I hope I pronounced this right, with the kimonos. Because let's be serious, what other clothes could I use on the mannequins if I have an Asian style island? And sometimes I do not know how to fill up the space between the main items of furniture, so I added either flowers or stones, as well as bicycle, mopeds, bikes, bottles, to make the street seems like lively. And on the open section of the cliff, I most often add a half of the building to fill the space, so the open side of the cliff didn't seem empty, if you understand what I'm talking about. And also the design gives a feeling of fullness and completeness of this area. If we are talking about the Able Sister clothing store, then I go to this store very rarely for clothes, because I often don't really like what they sell and sell. I often go to the clothing store just to use the vending machine, or this machine where I can find the codes for use them in construction. But to be honest, at the beginning of the game, I visited them more often, almost I think every day, to talk to the Able's older sister, because I would like to know why she was worried and why she always seems depressed. Her story and story of her sisters touched me very much, and I was really sad to hear about that. But I'm still really happy for them that they can find the energy afterwards and open the even clothing store. Well, we have finished the building of the Able Sister clothing store, and now we are coming to the right side of the construction to continue building the Tammy and Tommy store now. To build a raccoon store, or whoever Tommy and Tommy is, I think they are raccoons, because they always have such a sly look and they want to take advantage of everything. Anyways, so my plan was to make the area around the store resemble something like a Chinatown. That's why I needed to add a lot and more everywhere. So I started by installing flags, lamps, and various decorations around the entrance to the store. And by the way, you see these figures in the form of monkeys? It's actually a statues from the raccoons. Well, that's what the game told me. Although to me they actually look like a monkeys, but who are we to judge because the game knows better than we do. I just find this funny. I don't really like the gap between the store and the Asian doll stand because it doesn't look full or pretty. I know that you can find some of sort of the mode on the internet to reduce the store cladding, but I'm afraid to use any modes just because I think my game will crash or I'll lose everything what I have. And what else I don't like in the game? It's a place where you cannot place any objects, like near water, near bridges, near main buildings. For example, the part that annoys me the most is that you can plant a tree and you need the ground to be completely flat and there need to be enough space around to plant one tree. And also when you can't move objects close enough to each other as you need. That's why I like building in the Sims game. More because I can use cheat codes there to even put objects next to each other or on top of each other. And we just move on and I place a stand in front of the store with the various items just to fill it up the space. Or maybe somebody actually would like to buy them. You know, there are souvenir shops that you don't really need, but when you come to another country, you'll want to buy them, even if they cost a lot of money. Even though you could order them on Amazon only for 50 cents. Plus, I added the tables. Maybe someone from villagers will get tired of 3 hours shopping. For example, maybe it will be Sel, Shino or Temi, and they will sit down at this table, drink a cup of coffee, unpack their purchases, look at their bank account, get upset, and go home. Well, basically, I added items a little there, a little here, added my favorite flowers, lamps, vases, map-pads, and everything as usual, nothing new. So we are just finished building Temi and Tommy's store and the Sisters Able clothing store. So let's take a quick look at the end of the result of what we're building today. Alright, and we are done for today. Thank you for watching this video and being the whole video with me. Come on, seriously, let me finish normally, please. Okay, thank you for watching this video and being with me. See you next time and bye bye.